So my mind is still blown from what we just witnessed.
The force was strong with those fuckers.
Spoilers on the way. Let's talk about it. So here we are, just fresh, well, fresh as fresh can be, off of watching the season finale of The Mandalorian Season 2. And again, for anybody checking this video out, I'm pretty sure
Spoilers. We're just gonna
spoilers are
talk
out
about.
there.
Yeah.
We're going to talk all about spoilers. So you've got exactly 10 seconds to get out of this video before we spoil the entire ending. I'll wait for you. If I had a do, 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 do. Is that it? I don't know. All right, your 10 seconds is up. If you're still watching it, you want to know what the hell happened. So we're going to dive into it. First off, though, what did you think about this season as a whole, Sean?
There was a lot that I liked about it. There was a lot that I enjoyed more about season one.
Really?
Well, yeah, I guess. But there was a lot of good in this season. But the character isms or whatever you want to call it, the
Yeah.
actual Mandalorian, like he was kind of a stiff dude. Like,
I would say, first of
but
all,
I did buy it by the end of the episode, though. I was like, all right, cool. I wish there was
yeah,
more stuff like that. You know,
absolutely. There you go. That's. I thought the season started out a little slow. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first episode, I was just kind of like, that's all right. The second episode was like, that was all right. You know, I was not that I was worried because I really love this series,
Mhm.
but it really picked up from episode 3, and it never let down. It like just kept on going upwards until the amazing finale that we're about to talk about. That just blew my mind. I'm telling you, it's like 8-year-old child Joe Sontag was watching that, just jumping out of the seat. You know, like that was a nostalgia button just being hit. It was crazy. It was awesome. But I'll say, the season was good. I thought it was a lot more of a better storytelling to this season than season 1. Season 1 kind of bounced all over the place. I thought there was an idea, there was a direction to this. After we got past the first 2 episodes, it really seemed like they were going somewhere, and we got to see return of characters like Boba Fett,
yeah.
which we heard about all off
Well,
season that they were going to be bringing in.
they made him valid. Like
Yeah.
that's the badass. The rumor that was they gave us what the rumor was. Finally, because cool looking character, but didn't really do
Oh
much.
yeah. I mean,
On screen, I should say. For somebody.
let's be honest. The Mandalorian was supposed to be a Boba Fett movie, and because of the horrible ratings of Solo and the backlash that the trilogy's got, the new sequel trilogy's got, they spun it off into the Mandalorian, which is I'm fine. Jon Favreau's done a great job with this show. He's really done a job to really give something to the original Star Wars fans that they've been looking for, that we didn't get with the sequel trilogies. And some people liked them, some people didn't. I think they were okay. And I'll just say that they were okay. Cool characters. I thought they had potential. It just didn't do it for me. But getting to see Boba Fett was something you've waited for since Empire, and unless you're reading comics, and I didn't watch a lot of the cartoons, so I don't know if he popped up in the cartoons or not. But this, when I talk about being an 8-year-old kid waiting for
Christmas special.
Was he in the Christmas special? I never saw that. I stayed away from it. I've seen clips, and I never wanted to see it. But from what we saw tonight was just a bigger version of what we saw when Boba Fett first put on his armor and kicked ass, all the stormtroopers' ass. Like that's what Favreau's done. Favreau, but John Favreau's that guy. Thank you. He's gone and made these characters badass and relevant.
I agree.
That's 100% what he's done.
Yeah.
And it's got a great cast from Gina Carano, Cara Dune, fucking awesome character.
Awesome character.
She really is. I mean, I can't wait for her spinoff, and I hope they go a cool direction with her character and develop her more because she's just a fun character. We got fun characters on this show. Ahsoka Baton, bringing her in.
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson. Yeah, thank you. Played. You know what's funny? She was rumored. She was like fan cast. People wanted her from the very beginning.
From Jump Street, yeah.
And that's another thing that this series has done has listened to the fans, and I think that's why some people have an issue with it. That's fine, story wise, blah blah blah. I just think it's entertaining, and I think it's fan service. The show is fan service, and nothing more than what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, because we don't want to make this a very long video, but let's jump into it. So here we go, season finale. The show was great. It was good tension. Well, Mando here is rescuing Grogu, or Baby Yoda. Let's just call him the kid. Grogu is a weird name. I still haven't got used to it. But I just want to get your take, because I know how I felt. The last scene of the last scene of the show, when they're stuck on the bridge and those dark troopers are pounding down that door, and then you just see this lone X-Wing fly in. All right. What was the first thing you thought?
Ahsoka.
That's kind of what I thought too. I thought that at first because she'd been established a couple episodes before. We figured it'd be a perfect way for her to come in, be heroic.
Set up for her own spinoff.
Set up for her spinoff, exactly. In the back of my mind, I was really hoping it was Luke. And I don't, it's just one of those things. Because it's Star Wars, right? Star Wars, it takes place in the time where Luke is still,
it's like what day?
It's like 5 years after. Yeah, 5 years after Jedi, I think is what the timeline is. So, he's doing his thing and he's out there, whatever. And I remember coming up to this, Disney was talking about fan casting, was it Sebastian Stan? Who's the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
They were like, he'd be a great Luke, which I agree. Sean, whatever it is. Everyone knows who we're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. But he'd be a great Luke, and I hope they actually go ahead and cast him. But everyone's like, look, Luke's not showing up the Mandalorian. He's not going to show up in the Ahsoka spinoff. He's probably going to be in Rogue Squadron or whatever Patty Jenkins movie is. Yeah, they're like, it's, so I'm like, well, all right, that's fine. And lo and behold, I don't know how they kept this as a secret, because I didn't see anybody with a rumor video or anything coming up to today's episode. And I think that's why you see social media blowing the fuck up, because it was kudos to Disney. All right, I don't give Disney a lot of props. I really don't. But kudos to Disney for keeping this a secret and making it such a surprise for fanboys like you.
Do you think the actors knew? Do you think like the actor that body doubled? Did you think that maybe they thought it was just like a new character or a character, and then like the Luke thing, like with the CG and the voiceover, like was kind of like a.
That would have been. I would say that would have been interesting. That would have been interesting if they kept that a big surprise to the cast as well.
Yeah.
But the way they built it up, let's just talk about that for a second. That mystery.
Powerful.
It was so awesome because you see the X-Wing come in, and you think to yourself, maybe. That's what I thought. Maybe. And then you see a cloaked character, and you're thinking like, okay, yeah, Return of the Jedi. When he's walking into Jabba the Hutt's palace, he's got his cloak on. It's like, okay, it kind of looks like Luke, but like I was saying, I thought it was Ahsoka. And he's walking down there, and then as soon as you saw that green lightsaber,
right?
I mean, that was the point where I lost my shit.
I've never had hope more than ever. I was still a little doubtful because you never know. You never know. But I was just like, oh, I was just like,
man, dude, I wish we could bring up some actual clips of that part and play it, because it was just. Yeah. As soon as I saw that, my wife was sitting next to me. My little girl was sitting next to me, and they're both on their phones. I'm the big Star Wars fans. My little girl is almost 2 years old. She's watching Baby Shark on my phone just to stay occupied, and I'm just like, I'm freaking out. I'm literally just like, I was like, it's Luke. I'm looking at my wife. It's like, it's got to be Luke. I'm like, and then I'm thinking like, well, maybe not. Like I have expected Disney to to pull one over my eyes on it, to be like, you think it's Luke, but it's really not, you know. But then the longer the scenes went, and he's just using his power, and first of all, just like they did for Darth Vader in Rogue One, where you finally see the last 5 minutes of that movie, and you see what Darth Vader can do in his full-on armor, just decimating people, using the Force, you know, just fucking going through people. That was the same kind of feeling I had when you start seeing Luke using the Force, just going through people with that lightsaber.
Right.
Oh, and that's what we wanted. That was the thing I wanted so much from the sequel trilogies that we didn't get, which is what upset me so much from Last Jedi. Is that's what I wanted to see, and we didn't get to see that Luke, and we didn't get to see Mark Hamill like that. You know, so that was the disappointing part. But this was, to me, this was a total fan service. You know,
I'll take it.
Yeah, it was. That's what it was. It was like, I think this was a makeup, because they know they piss people off. You know, core fans like us, they piss people off so bad with how they treated Luke, the character, in those movies. And they're like, you know what? We're going to give you the Luke that you guys have wanted since you were little kids, and we got it. Yeah, we got the Luke that we fucking deserve. And I'm going to watch that scene again and again and again, because I don't know if they're going to do it again. You know, like I said, maybe they'll have another character, but you know, they did the deep fake. They had another actor as Luke, and you know, they digitally put his face on there.
They did with Carrie Fisher.
Right, and they did a, you know, for the budget that they have, I thought they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you could tell. Fine job, you know.
Yeah, you could tell, obviously, but it didn't kill the moment for me.
But what was cool was, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, go for it. Yeah,
like from A New Hope to Empire, yeah, I think it was between those two movies that Mark Hamill got into a motorcycle accident, and his face healed, but it wasn't what it was. You could tell.
His nose was like, his nose was completely.
They kind of went. It was kind of cool to see him go, I believe, back to like, if A New Hope, straight out, there was no accident, you know.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Yep. You know, at first, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought it was going to be that Sebastian guy. You know, I thought that Disney was just going to surprise us, because that's all the talk with this fan casting. I was like, and at first, that's what I thought. And it took me a second to be like, oh wait, that's, you know, it's a CGI face, and that didn't take me out of the moment. And then when he talked, when you heard his voice, and it's Mark Hamill's voice, and if you look in the credits, it says Mark Hamill. You know, it was just like, I can't even explain it, man. I'm still excited just thinking about it. You know, yeah, like
it's like the Force.
Yeah, it was so awesome. And then besides that, to wrap that up with the scene between the kid and Mando,
the emotion, the actual like, I don't want to say like inner character, but like the character or something to just show he's not just a cardboard box, you know.
You know, you hear some stories about Pedro Pascal throughout this season. You know, there was rumors of him being upset that he wasn't able to show his face lock because of his character, and there were like all these things that were going around. He's come out and denied it. That aside, because that doesn't bother me. I'm all about what the show was.
Right.
That was a perfect time to take off his helmet. Earlier in the season, like a couple episodes ago, when he took off his helmet because he had that face scan when they were going in fuck, I forgot his name. Who is the comedian that we were just talking about?
Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr. Sorry. I'm so excited about Luke that my mind's just jumbled. I thought that was okay. But if they had just not had that scene and just waited to the very end of the season, I think it would have been a little bit more powerful. But besides that, it was just a perfect time for him to take off the helmet, because you actually could see some genuine acting and emotion out of Pedro Pascal. Acting with a puppet. And that's the funny thing, you know. Whoever animatronically controls the puppet, this entire series has done a phenomenal
You got magical fingers.
I'm telling you, like the eyes, you know, whatever they do a great job of capturing emotion in a puppet. And I think that's one thing that's really great about the show, is they're not heavy. I mean, they have a lot of CGI, don't get me wrong, but they really are trying to capture the feel of Star Wars, which is why I think it appeals to guys like you and me, you know. But yeah, just it was something else, man. legitimately, there's only been a handful of times where I've been completely shocked of what a TV series or streaming series, whatever, of what a show has done in an episode, which has caught me completely off guard, either in a horrified way, like a Walking Dead or a Game of Thrones, or an excited way like this. And they should win awards, man, for keeping this a secret and for the fan service it was for all of us.
Make up a new word for people to be quiet. That's awesome.
I'm telling you, just give them something, because this made so much shit that Star Wars fans have had to go through over the last, I don't know how many years, worth it. You know, I feel like things are being corrected. You know, like they're saying, like, this is the stories we want to go forward. We're going to give you characters that you care about, and we're actually, you know, that you loved, and we're going to give you fan service to them, because you didn't get to see that. You know, what was the most disappointing thing about this, the trilogy sequels, is you got to hear that you were going to get Luke, Leia, and Han and Chewie back. You know, I didn't care that they were old. You're going to get those characters back. And they never gave us one scene where all of those characters, those core characters, were in a scene together. They never did that. They killed Han, which, you know, worked for the time, but it was just the way everything panned out. And then they fucked up Luke's character. They made him just some whiny soy boy on a fucking island crying about. And they just, come on, man. He's a fucking Jedi Knight, you know?
Right.
Like, that's the way you're going to portray him after we saw him in Last Jedi. It's just, so this was the makeup for it. You know, this scene with Luke was making up for all of that. You know, because you made up Darth Vader, you made him badass again in Rogue One, and now you gave Luke some relevance again, and you made him that true heroic character that you don't mess around with, that is a Jedi Knight. You know, that's what you did in this episode, and I loved it. It was so cool. So
I concur.
With that being said, I'm gonna go watch it again. And I'm just gonna skip towards the end. I'm just gonna watch that scene again and again. You know, because it's just I don't know what they're gonna do with this series. Oh, before we end the video, I don't want to totally miss the ending of the episode, the after credits scene. What did you think of that?
I thought it was visually fun. I thought, why not? You know, kudos to holding back a secret again. So giving an award to them for that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Looking forward to seeing Boba Fett as like a badass.
Yeah, you know, and there was some talk where people were like, let's just, you know, the Mando character could go and we'll just keep Boba Fett. I actually like the Mando character, so I'm glad they're not going that direction. I love the Boba Fett character. And when Disney unveiled all of the shows that they're doing, that they're streaming in the next few years, Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett, was not one of them.
No.
You know, and that's why, again, of all that reveal, they were able to keep this such a great secret. It was such a great. This was the first time, to my knowledge, that they've had an after credit scene, and to set that series up. Again, hit the nostalgia button, going to Jabba's palace, seeing some of our old favorites that we haven't seen in a while, and then it just goes in there and they just waste them all like fucking bosses. And he sits down on that throne. You just have that long pan out. You know,
powerful. Yeah,
it was. It's
like a Doctor Doom moment.
Yeah, so I'm extremely excited to see what they do with that series. Man, it's just. I'm excited, man, and I'm gonna probably be excited for a couple of days. I can feel this is gonna last for a little bit, because this was a good early Christmas present. So I have to say, I don't really give Disney a lot of props for a lot of stuff. I don't like what they've done with Marvel, so on and so forth. But this, kudos to Disney, because they deserve all the credit for what they gave us fans tonight. So with that being said, this video ran a little bit longer than we were intending to. Sean, is there anything you want to add before we get out of here?
To the show? Or about the show?
About the show.
Oh, no, just looking forward to what comes next. You know, not much. You know, just excited.
That was it. Yeah. Check out our show. We have a show called Out and Stuff. on a channel and stuff. I will drop a link in the description of this channel. We talk comics. We don't really talk movies as much as we should. We probably should cover some of the stuff because that would fall under the stuff part of it.
Yeah.
But, catch us in January 21. We will coming out the first Friday of 21. We'll be starting our show again because we're on a holiday hiatus, if you want to call it.
It will be the second Friday.
Was it second Friday? All right, my bad. The second Friday.
The 8th.
The 8th. There we go. So check us out if you like this video. Marco Lopez. Yeah, it's going to be a fun show. If you like this video, Sean and I might try to do some more of these. But this was just a special show that I wanted to talk about because
he was excited.
It was awesome. I was so excited. I was like, Sean, we got to talk about this. And I could put it out there for the people. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for checking us out. The people. Okay. All right. We will talk to you all later. Peace.